in an ever-evolving landscape of pop music, artists often attempt comebacks in the hopes of reclaiming their former glory. In this video, we look at 8 failed comebacks in pop music. Fergie. Fergie soared to superstardom as a standout member of the Black Eyed Peas. She joined the group on their third album, Ella Funk, released in 2003. She contributed to the group's meteoric rise to fame, being featured heavily on hits like Where's the Love and My Humps. After 2 successful albums with BEP, she went solo with the release of her debut album, The Duchess, in 2006. Fergie dominated the charts with smash hits like London Bridge and Glamorous, cementing her status as a bona fide pop star. And she went back to Black Eyed Peas for their most successful album, The End, in 2009. They made history, dominating the charts and spending half the year at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 after taking a hiatus from her career to focus on motherhood and other ventures. In 2017, Fergie made her long-awaited return with the release of her second solo album, Double Duchess, and fell flat. The album was preceded by the lead single, LA Love, which peaked at number 27, and the second single, MILF Money, which peaked at number 34. The album debuted at number 19 on the Billboard 200, with first week sales of 21,000 units, which was very low for her. In the aftermath of the album, Fergie's once illustrious career faced its fair share of challenges. While she remains a beloved figure in the music industry, her failed comeback serves as a cautionary tale about the fickle nature of fame and the difficulty of recapturing past glory. She hasn't recovered from it. Gwen Stefani. Gwen's musical journey began in the late 1980s when she co-founded the band No Doubt with her brother Eric Stefani. With their unique blend of ska, punk, and pop sensibilities, No Doubt quickly gained a devoted following and achieved mainstream success with hits like Don't Speak and Just a Girl. Gwen's distinctive voice and fashion made her a pop culture icon, and she soon ventured into a successful solo career. She reached the pinnacle of her solo career with the release of her debut album, Love Angel Music Baby, in 2004. The album spawned chart-topping singles like Hollaback Girl, which showcased her signature sound. She then became a fixture on the charts and solidified her status as one of pop music's leading ladies. After her success as a solo artist waned, Gwen attempted to come back in the mid-2010s and failed to recapture the magic of her earlier work. Her third studio album, This Is What the Truth Feels Like, released in 2016, received mixed reviews from critics and fans, and failed to produce any major hits. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 84,000 album equivalent units in its first week. While her loyal fan base continued to support her, the album's lackluster reception marked a significant downturn in her career. In the years following her failed comeback attempt, she has focused on other endeavors outside of music, including her role as a coach on The Voice. While she continued to release music sporadically, she has yet to recapture the same level of success she enjoyed in her heyday. Pussycat Dolls. The Pussycat Dolls' origins can be traced back to a burlesque dance group founded by choreographer Robin Anton in the late 1990s. In 2003, the group expanded into a musical ensemble, with Nicole Scherzinger emerging as a lead vocalist. The group was basically Nicole and her backup dancers. With their catchy singles and provocative performances, the Pussycat Dolls quickly rose to fame, dominating the charts with hits like Don't Ya and Buttons. Their debut album, PCD, released in 2005, solidified their status as a pop supergroup. That was the peak of their success. Then they released their album, Doll Domination, in 2008. The album spawned hits like When I Grow Up and I Hate This Part, and showcased the group's versatility and charisma. With their electrifying live shows and unmistakable image, they became one of the most iconic girl groups of that era. In 2020, after a decade-long hiatus, the group reunited for a much-anticipated comeback tour and released a new single, React. However, their reunion failed to generate the same level of excitement. The song failed to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 and was poorly received by critics. Following their failed comeback attempt, the members of Pussycat Dolls have taken different paths. Nicole Scherzinger has continued to put out music, releasing solo singles, and appearing as a judge on reality singing competitions. And the other members have pursued careers in acting and modeling. In the day where K-pop girl groups are the wave, the Pussycat Dolls could have worked, but they couldn't adapt to the modern music landscape. Nelly Furtado. Nelly's journey to superstardom began with her debut album Oh Nelly in 2000. It showcased her distinctive voice and eclectic musical style. The album's lead single I'm Like a Bird became a top 10 hit and earned her a Grammy Award for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance. With her undeniable talent, she quickly became a household name. The peak of her commercial success came with the release of her third studio album Loose in 2006, featuring her collaborations with super producer Timberlake. The album spawned several chart-topping hits, including Promiscuous and Say It Right. The album earned her critical acclaim and numerous awards, and solidified her status as one of the most versatile and dynamic artists of her generation. Despite her early success, she stepped back from the spotlight for a couple of years. In 2017, she made her comeback when she released her sixth studio album, The Ride, which showcased a departure from her previous sound and experimented with indie and alternative influences. While the album received some positive reviews from critics, it failed to generate significant commercial success and didn't even chart on the Billboard 200, which signaled a downturn in her career. Following the disappointing reception of the album, she stepped back from the spotlight again. She has continued to pursue her passion for music, as she released the single Keep Going Up in 2023 with Timberlake and Justin Timberlake as a nostalgic callback. It didn't go nowhere though. Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice's journey to fame began with his breakout single Ice Ice Baby released in 1990. The song, which sampled the bass line of Queen's Under Pressure, quickly climbed up the charts and became the first hip-hop single to top the Billboard Hot 100. With its infectious beat and catchy lyrics, it propelled Vanilla Ice to overnight superstardom, introducing a new fan base to hip-hop music. He reached the pinnacle of his career in the early 1990s, following the massive success of his debut album To the Extreme. It became one of the fastest-selling albums of all time, eventually going multi-platinum and cementing Vanilla Ice's status as a pop cultural icon. The album's next singles, like Play That Funky Music, further solidified his popularity and contributed to his mainstream appeal. Despite his early success, his career took a downward turn in the years following his initial peak. In order to make his comeback, he pivoted to rock music with the release of his album Hard to Swallow in 1998. It received lukewarm reception from both critics and fans. His transition was met with skepticism, as many felt that he had strayed too far from his roots. He was never respected as a rapper, leading to a decline in record sales and public interest. Nowadays, Vanilla Ice does many things, including acting, reality TV, and entrepreneurship, starring in the DIY series The Vanilla Ice Project. Iggy Azalea. Born in Sydney, Australia, Iggy first gained attention for her viral YouTube videos. In 2014, she completely blew up with the release of her debut album, The New Classic, which featured the chart-topping single Fancy and earned her multiple Grammy nominations. Her look and hit singles, she quickly became a household name in the music industry. Iggy's career was at its peak at this time, when the album debuted on number 3 on the Billboard 200 and spawned several hit singles. Fancy topped the Billboard Hot 100 for multiple weeks, while Black Widow peaked on number 3. Iggy's confident flow and catchy hooks resonated with audiences worldwide, earning her widespread acclaim and accolades. She was really the first mainstream white girl rapper, solidifying her status as a trailblazer. Despite her initial success, after going through multiple controversies and a decrease in popularity, her career was at an all-time low. Iggy attempted a comeback when she released her sophomore album In My Defense in 2019. It failed to generate any significant commercial traction and critical acclaim, and controversies over allegations of cultural appropriation and insensitive remarks tarnished her public image and eroded support from her fans and the industry. The lack of chart-topping hits and the decline in public interest marked a sharp downturn in her career. While she continues to release music from time to time, her presence in mainstream music is non-existent compared to her early peak. Justin Timberlake. Justin rose to fame as a member of the popular boy band NSYNC in the late 1990s. With their catchy pop tunes and dance moves, NSYNC became one of the best-selling boy bands of all time, catapulting Justin to global superstardom. After the group's hiatus in the early 2000s, Justin embarked on a solo career. His debut album, Justified, was released in 2002 and showcased his versatility as an artist, featuring hits like Cry Me a River and Rock Your Body, and earning him multiple Grammy Awards and widespread acclaim. But his career peaked in the mid-2000s, with the release of his sophomore album, Future Sex Love Sound, released in 2006. It further solidified his status as a pop sensation, spawning hits like Sexy Back and My Love. His chart-topping success made him a household name and a cultural phenomenon. After a hiatus from music to focus on his acting career, Justin returned to the music scene with his 2013 album, The 2020 Experience. The album debuted on number 1 on the Billboard 200 and became one of the best-selling albums of the decade, producing hit singles like Suit and Tie and Mirrors. It achieved great reviews from fans and critics. After another long break, he made another comeback in 2018 with the release of his album, Man of the Woods. It was a commercial and critical disappointment. Additionally, Justin faced backlash and controversy over his Super Bowl halftime performance, which reignited scrutiny over his role in the halftime show incident of 2004 and how he got off scot-free and Janet lost everything. In the years following his failed comeback, Justin has continued releasing music, but nothing seems to stick. The Chainsmokers. The Chainsmokers' journey to fame began with their breakout single Selfie in 2014, which capitalized on a trend and became a hit. But it was their collaboration with the singer Halsey on the 2016 hit Closer that catapulted them to mainstream success. It topped the charts worldwide, earning the Chainsmokers their first number 1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 and solidifying their status as EDM superstars. The duo followed up with a string of successful singles, including Don't Let Me Down and Something Just Like This, further cementing their place in the music industry. They reached the peak of their career in the mid-2010s with the release of their debut album Memories Do Not Open in 2017. The album's blend of EDM and pop elements made them global superstars. Their energetic live performances and their high-profile collaborations contributed to their mainstream appeal. Things got a little quiet after that. They attempted to make a comeback with their follow-up album Sick Boy and World War Joy, but failed to generate the same level of excitement and chart success. It was because of the lack of innovation and creativity in their music, with many feeling that they had become formulaic and predictable with their sound, that led to the decline in record sales and concert attendance. Which failed comeback did I miss? Tell me in the comments below.